So what's going on, guys? My name is Violent. Welcome to IWZombies. Today, in update 1.21 for Infinite Warfare Zombies, we're going to cover a lot of things patch notes related. So be sure to subscribe if you're new. Let me know down in the comments section if you're new. And if you guys go on to learn anything, be sure to drop a like on the video. It really helps out and pushes it out on YouTube. And if you guys want to continue this conversation after the video, maybe you got a picture or some evidence you want to share, be sure to hit me up on Twitter at IWZviolent and we can continue the conversation over there. Now, there were some general fixes and some new things that came to the multiplayer section. We'll talk about a little bit of that after we get past the zombies portion. But to kick things off right away with the zombies mode, there is a Fate and Fortune card called Twist of Fate. Now, this Fate and Fortune card would spawn a tornado that would spin around the map, right? But during Mephistopheles, there was an effect where it would follow Mephistopheles around the map. This has been adjusted now, so it should not be happening, and the tornado should be working correctly. I know for all the solo players out there, this is one of the Fate and Fortune cards that helps tremendously during the Super Easter Egg boss fight with Mephistopheles. Now, I will have linked it down in the description box below all of the attack moves and how you can actually defeat Mephistopheles in the Super Easter Egg if you guys are interested in knowing that information. Now, the lobby music is what we're going to talk about next because there was a change here with something that occurred. Okay, so fix for songs not playing in the main menu correctly. A lot of you guys might have been trying to play music. Now it's been addressed so all the songs play correctly. But we're going to move on to another fix that happened with Shaolin Shuffle. Users were unable to obtain the talisman after defeating the Rat King if the players killed the Rat King in the rafters of the arena. Now, I don't know how people did this, but there was an issue obtaining this talisman if you were to defeat the Rat King and killed him in the rafters. So hats off to you if you were able to do that, but enough people talked about it to get it talked about, and so we got a fix for it. And that's what it's all about, talking about this. That's what gets things changed. Solo players were unable to purchase Up and Atoms after the influence of Perkaholic from the Ghost and Skulls machine. Now, I have director's cut footage right here, but I'm showing you a prime example. Now we're going to talk about perhaps the greatest nerf that has happened yet. I know a lot of people, especially solo players, were having troubles with these cryptids right away when they got into the match for Beast from Beyond. Now, the frequency at which these cryptids spawn has been nerfed and adjusted, so now they will spawn in less frequently, giving you a chance to save one around the map instead of having an endless loop coming at you. But that's going to wrap up the base fixes that happened in Zombies, Infinite Warfare Zombies. I like to keep you guys up to date on this channel, so then that way we're all on the same page as to where the meta of the game is currently at and where it's going leading into the future. So, as many of you guys probably have heard, 3 new weapons were introduced into multiplayer. Now, you will have to open supply drops in order to obtain this, but if you are a Season Pass holder, like it was leaked earlier, you will now get these weapons included with the Season Pass. So the Venom X is a launcher that is available for anyone who wants to try it. The Katana is another weapon, and so is the Nunchucks. If you guys remember a long time ago, in a map pack called Revolution, it was a map pack that Treyarch released, a DLC weapon called the Peacekeeper. And this weapon came with the Season Pass if you guys were Season Pass holders at the time. And so DLC weapons have been introduced with Season Pass holders in mind, and I believe that's what's happening here. Infinity Ward may have been switching up the game when it comes to rewarding their players, and I think Season Pass holders are really feeling the love on this one, because everybody else who's not a Season Pass holder doesn't have access to these weapons unless they fish for them in the Quartermaster. On the topic of what's currently happening in the community, new game modes are on the rise for Infinite Warfare in general. This is one called Gesture Warfare, and I'm not a huge supporter of multiplayer in general, but I'm a huge supporter in innovation. And this is definitely innovative in the sense that this is a game mode that would never have happened, and I'm just glad that they're taking steps in the right direction. Even if it's not the perfect game mode, at least they're taking a risk. And that's what I like. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen with Zombies. As we know, this is the multiplayer new game mode, and we're going to have another game mode coming into Zombies, one in which we haven't seen before. Now, it's been a few days since we've got information from Lee Ross, and most of us are either beating the Super Easter Egg boss fight with the Director's Cut, or we're just trying to get Director's Cut in general trying to finish off those maps, so that way we have a chance to get to this boss round super Easter egg with Mistopheles. If you guys are wondering at all any of the moves that this guy has, that will be the one video I have linked down in the description. And we can't hide the fact that time is on the side of Xbox users right now. Soon they will have their hands on DLC 4, and I cannot await that release any longer because I'm excited for this new game mode to finally come into our hands. And it's not only survival mode that we're dealing with. Even though survival mode is really fun and all, I think zombie players are pretty burnt out and ready for a new experience and to try a new way to earn in-game currency, because that's the biggest issue, is not being able to unlock the weapons that you want or even to have access to them. And like many of you in multiplayer, you're not going to have access to these new weapons that we've got our hands on in Zombies. And you might have your own issues with that, but I think Season Pass holders deserve a reward that base players don't have. And this is a prime example of that, and I'm a huge supporter of change when it comes to supporting the player. I like to think that since the time of Black Ops 2, we've kind of gone backwards in the sense of rewarding the player. I haven't really seen many giveaways, if you will, since Infinity Ward came into the picture here this year, and we saw a lot of new innovation with DLC weapons just being given to zombie players. You could unlock the base version straight from the magic wheel, instead of having it locked behind a paywall and only being available in multiplayer. I think we all can agree that we were pretty surprised when Treyarch introduced new weapons to the mystery box. This was something we didn't expect to happen in Black Ops 3, but when it did, it was a very welcome and pleasant surprise. Now, Infinity Ward did learn from this, and I would say that they went to the extreme of rewarding the player of what they could do with the lessons learned from before. Now, that's how the progress is going to continue moving forward. Where it went backwards was that Grief Mode 2.0 wasn't worked upon, and our PvP mode was kind of left in the dust. And that's why we're just stuck with survival mode even today. But if players were to talk about this more often, I feel that we would have a better grasp on a Grief Mode 2.0, how the customization would work hand in hand with the looting system of zombie crates, because I don't think zombie crates are going to go anywhere. Thinking about the future and where money is lying, I think Infinity Ward also realized that microtransaction within zombies can be very profitable. The current system as it stands, I don't believe is going to change. I don't think there's going to be a dramatic reward system to the after action report where you'll be able to accept rewards such as an MK2 hack where you'll unlock special weapons. I think rewards like that will come in the future when they reward the player even more and they realize that after you finish an Easter egg, you should be rewarded with something or a potential way of getting a new weapon or something. That's how the after action report should work, but we'll get there, guys. But for right now, new game mode is on the horizon and things are starting to change. People are starting to speak up, and if you want to speak your mind, let me know what you're thinking down in the comment section below. And if you got anything you want me to pass on to Lee Ross or any of the developers, I can do that over on Twitter. Send me images, send me anything you want. Let's keep talking zombies and keep the videos going, alright? I'll be here for you guys just as long as you're here for me. This is Update and Patch 1.21. I hope you guys did enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next video. Violent out.
To be continued.